For this video, we will discuss the nature of roots of a quadratic equations. Let us recall that in a quadratic equation, in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. The radicand b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant. And this discriminant, it describes the nature of roots of a quadratic equations. The following table describes the kinds of the roots of a quadratic equation. On the left column, we have the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. On the right column is the nature of roots. We have three conditions or situations. Number one, if b squared minus 4ac equals 0, the nature of roots have one solution, real, rational, and equal. Situation number two, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0 or it is positive, the discriminant is positive, the roots have two solutions, real, rational, and unequal. And number three, if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0 or the discriminant is negative, the quadratic equation has no real solution or the solution is not real. Let us illustrate the nature of roots in the following examples. Number 1, x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 0. First, let us determine the values of a, b, and c respectively. A is equal to 1, b is equal to 6, and c equals 9. Next, let us solve for the discriminant. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. Let us determine the discriminant. B is 6 squared minus 4, a is 1, c is 9. 6 squared is 36, 4 times 1 times 9 is 36, negative. So it is 0. Meaning, b squared minus 4ac equals 0. Meaning, the quadratic equation has one real and equal root. So the nature of the root of x squared plus 6x plus 9 is one real and equal root. To prove that the discriminant is correct, let us solve for the two values of x or the roots. X sub 1 is equal to negative b plus square root of 0 all over 2 times a is 1. Negative b, negative 6 plus 0, 2 times 1 is 2. Negative 6 over 2 is negative 3. So our first root is x, or x sub 1 equals negative 3. Now let us do the second or solve for the second value of x or the x sub 2. So negative b plus the other is minus square root of 0 all over 2 times 1. Negative b is negative 6 minus 0 is negative 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Now, as you see, x sub 1 is negative 3, x sub 2 is negative 3. We have only one real root and they are equal. Example number 2, x squared plus 12x plus 35 equals 0. The values of a is 1, b is 12, c is 35. Solve for the discriminant to describe the nature of roots. Okay. B squared is 12 squared minus 4. 4 times 1 times 35. 12 squared is 144. 4 times 1 times 35 is 140. 144 minus 140 is 4. We can say that b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. Just because 4 is a positive number. Therefore, we can say that the quadratic equation has two solutions, real and unequal. Again, to prove that this is really the nature of the roots of x squared plus 12x plus 35 equals 0, let us solve again the first root or the x sub 1. Negative b plus square root of 4 all over 2 times 1. Negative b is negative 12 plus square root of 4 is 2 divided by 2. Negative 12 plus 2 equals negative 10 all over 2. So our x sub 1 is negative 5. How about the x sub 2? Negative b, this is plus, the other is minus square root of 4 all over 2 times 1. Negative 12, square root of 4 is 2 all over 2 times 1 is 2. So we have negative 14 all over 2 equals negative 7. So if you will notice, x sub 2 is negative 7, x sub 1 is negative 5. So we have two different solutions. They are real or rational number and they are unequal. Number 3, example, x squared minus 5x plus 8 equals 0. Again, get the value of a, which is equal to 1. b equals negative 5. c equals 8. Solve for the discriminant to describe the nature of roots. B squared is negative 5 squared minus 4. A is 1. C is 8. Negative 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 1 times 8 is 32. 25 minus 32 is negative 7. Therefore, we can say that the discriminant value is less than 0. Therefore, we can say that the nature of the roots of x squared minus 5x plus 8 is not real, or it is irrational. If not real, it is also called irrational. To prove again that this is correct nature of the given quadratic equation, let us solve for the first root. Negative b plus square root of negative 7. The other one, x sub 2, equals negative b minus square root of negative 7 all over 2a. Okay. Negative b is negative 5 plus square root of negative 7 is none. Negative 5 is 5 plus square root of negative 7 all over 2 is our x sub 1. X sub 2, negative 5 minus square root of negative 7 all over 2 times 1. Negative is positive 5 minus square root of negative 7 all over 2 is our x sub 2. You see, we don't have square root of negative numbers. So, the solution is irrational and not real. Now, we know and prove that the three situations of the discriminants are all true. Let us solve the following exercises. Solve for the discriminant and describe the nature of roots. Number 1, let us take 4x squared plus 20x plus 25 equals 0. Again, first to do is, just because it is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, kindly determine first the value of a, which is 4, b, which is 20, c, 25. After getting the value of a, b, and c respectively, solve for the discriminant. B squared minus 4ac. B squared is 20 squared minus 4. The value of A is 4. The value of C is 25. 20 squared is 400. 4 times 4 is 16 times 25, or 4 times 25 is 100 times 4 is also 400. 400 minus 400 equals 0. Meaning, the discriminant of the above quadratic equation equals 0. Since the value of the discriminant is 0, we can say that the quadratic equation has one real and equal solution or roots. Next, exercise number 2. 3x squared minus 5x plus 4 equals 0. Continue now. A equals 3. B equals negative 5. C equals 4. Solve for the discriminant. B equals negative 5 squared minus 4. A is 3. C is 4. 5 squared is 25. 4 times 3 is 12 times 4 is 48. 25 minus 48 is negative 23. Therefore, we can say that b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, just because 23 is negative. Therefore, the nature of roots of the quadratic equation is not real or irrational. Number 3, 5x squared plus 8x plus 1 equals 0. A equals 5, B equals 8, C equals 1. Solve for the discriminant. 8 squared minus 4, A is 5, C is 1. 8 squared is 64. 4 times 5 times 1 is 20. So, b squared minus 4ac equals 44. Since 44 is positive, the discriminant is said to be greater than 0. Therefore, the quadratic equation has two real or rational solutions and unequal. Fourth and last example for this lesson. 2x squared minus 7x plus 6 equals 0. A equals 2, B is negative 7, C equals 6. Solve for the discriminant. So we have negative 7 squared minus 4 times 2 times 6. Negative 7 squared is 49. 4 times 2 is 8 times 6 is 48. 49 minus 48. Therefore, our discriminant is equal to 1 or greater than 0. Therefore, the quadratic equation has two real and unequal solutions. Kung nakatulong po at nagustuhan ninyo ang video, please like. At paki-share na rin po para tuloy-tuloy ang pagtulong natin sa iba.